unfortunately, there is one place I do want to start, and it is my most hated subject in football, and it is the most boring thing of all. It is VAR.
Oh
Like,
God.
and the debate of the referees and how they're using technology and how also the laws are changing going forward. So from from this summer, actually, at the FIFA World Cup, the laws have now changed, which means that there's going to be certain things put in place for the referees to follow. I'll quickly read them out for everyone. So VAR have widened the protocol to cover second yellow cards. They can only check incorrectly awarded second cards. The referee cannot be advised to issue a second yellow where one has not already been issued in the field of play. I'll be honest, that I personally think it's just going to cause more chaos rather than actually solve anything. That one. What do you
No, it's
think?
just I think it's another one of those things. What the problem is isn't that we need more rules that need to be checked by VAR. We want what we need is VAR to work on the rules we have.
Yes,
Like, isn't it? Like, it's
exactly.
just because obviously I heard stuff like we was it opted out of was it using VAR to check corners, and
Mm,
obviously you've got Arsene Wenger's new what was it offside thing, where basically it has to be clearly like if he's like foot just on the last man, I think it was like literally if he's foots like just onside from the last man, then it counts as
mm,
onside. And I've seen the
mm,
pictures of it where basically a person could be whole body could be offside, but if one of his his toe is just on the, you know, near
yeah,
the opposition, it's like it can count. It's one of those things. It's like, was it what people want from VAR is not more rules and more added on. They just want it to work and be
clarity.
consistent. Yeah.
Exactly that. And I think that with this second yellow malarkey, I think that all you're gonna do is cause more drama, more like more stoppages in play because they're going to be checking with the second yellow, and it's like that's not what the people want. We don't care about the second yellow one. I've not heard many people moaning about, oh, but you don't check the second yellow card when it leads to a red card. But like for me, I'm more concerned when it's a straight red, which they're already checking anyway, so that's fine for me. But yeah,
Yes, I don't know.
yeah,
I just don't. I don't know, man. It just doesn't. It's one of those things that again, it's like again, it's that I'm. I think David brought it up, and I agree with in a way. It's like getting rid of it is like one of these things that people say, but it's too embedded now that you can't.
it's too
So used to
embedded.
it.
Yeah. Mm.
So it's like the idea of like got not getting rid of it, but improving it. So maybe simplifying it. I don't know, maybe limiting what it could do. Like example, if it's just maybe just go on offsides and maybe I don't know. I can't think of anything, but it's like offside's definitely one that I'm not against them using it for. But it's just like little things like that, maybe. And then but when it comes to like the what was it some decisions, maybe the ref has you know more control because it
Mm.
seems like sometimes they don't when they're on the pitch with some of the was it talking if you listen to some of the audio that's fascinating definitely should if you've got no time if you've got tons of time like myself and all
Mm.
that you should definitely check out that audio. It's quite interesting. But
Mm.
yeah, I just think again, it's like the problem is as I thought, like the problem isn't that we need more. Was it more rules that VAR can check? What we want is VAR to work for the ones we have. So
Exactly.
I'm not a fan of it to be honest.
I think that the other thing as well, like because some of the other rule things they've brought in as well is this one as well. So you've got referees will be given the power to start a 5 second countdown if they feel the player is taking too long over a throw in or dead ball goal kick. Substitutes will be completed in no more than 10 seconds. Otherwise, the sub must stay off the pitch for at least a minute. And then the final one is a period of at least 1 minute off the field for any player whose injury forces a stoppage in play. Now, that last one I actually like. That last one and the substitute one, I think yes, bang on. But the one with the throw in, the only thing for that is that so does the 5 second timer start when the player has got the ball or when the ball goes out of play? Because that player's gonna be sprinting to
I
that
know. I
ball
mean,
to make sure they get it.
And also, when it comes to throw-ins, the player never actually stands in the position that the ball went out. Let's be honest. How many times
No,
you
they
sit
think
there?
they're about 5 yards further
Yeah.
down.
I mean, one thing is perfect example. If you want to watch a bit of lower league. Happens in Watch It Live. It happens every time. Someone gets the ball and then they won like a little bit closer when the ref's not looking, or like they go back, like like the ref never calls them back and go,
Yeah.
no, you go back. It doesn't work. But I don't know. It's similar to that ball with the what was it? Taking was it 8 seconds for the goalkeeper the goal kick. That hasn't really
Yes,
turned
yes.
into anything. I've noticed.
Well,
That's
now it's going to be 5 seconds by the looks of things. So
just
it's going to be even less time.
it, it, I just find it funny that these are the rules that they think that we. Like, again, we talk about nitpicking in football. I know some things like that, but like the main most people really care about, I would say, is if a red card's clarity on red cards, and if one's obvious offside. When it comes to that. But when it comes to like, was it how many seconds for a throw in, or how many like seconds it takes for, it is small things. But I guess in a lot of, I maybe I'm by myself in this, but as a football fan, that doesn't bother me as much than if like the offside is blatantly offside, but it isn't given, or a
Yeah.
penalty and stuff like that. That's the ones that I think people, most football fans would be more. But timing and seconds and stuff like that, it feels like again they're
You're
not really.
nitpicking. You're nitpicking now, sort of
Yeah,
thing.
it
Yeah.
just I just don't think I mean, no one's the average fan. I don't think we're too bothered about. Well, I mean, it's annoying, but it's it's like you don't want to take everything out of the game that annoys you. You know?
Exactly. Yes. I think that for me, the one I would want more than anything, and we've said this before, is there needs to be a time limit. That for me is most important. There needs to be a time limit of say a minute, 30 seconds, or 2 minutes. If you cannot figure out what the issue is, if there is something that needs to be overturned within that 2 minute period, then you go, we have to stick with the on-field decision. This is taking too
Yeah.
long. We're looking
And also
into
it
this
gives
too much.
the refs a bit more was it autonomy as well? Because obviously I know they probably they dictate the decision, obviously, because their decision in the first place.
Mm.
But I think for me, it'd just be. It feels like for me, it's like if they kind of know they got a limit, it's like because you sometimes feel with some refs they do wait for it with VAR
Mm.
to kind of get intervene. Now we've been conditioned as fans to kind of wait for it when there's any goal.
And
Now
that's
it's like
disgusting. It's
I
disgusting.
know it's like how many times I've seen us celebrate. Oh my God, we got an equaliser. And it's like, oh no, his toes offside, or his arm's just a bit of.
You're
It's like,
waiting for it, aren't you? You're waiting for
yeah,
VAR to get involved and destroy that bit of passion. I mean, it was like I don't know if you saw the Burnley game of the weekend. Massive, easily game of the weekend. Like end-to-end stuff. It was brilliant to
crazy
watch.
game of football that was. I love it.
But Ashley Barnes' goal, when it gets chalked off for a handball, I'm sorry, but that rule needs to change. That rule has to change because the there's no deliberate handball there. The ball for me never comes in contact with his arm deliberately. It clearly hits his side and his arm, and then he hits it into the back of the net.
Well, they used to. I mean, again, they changed it, but I'm sure they used to have the rule back in like a while back before they changed it again. It's basically like if your arm, it's the intent of your arm, isn't it? Like if your arm's near your body, then that's not intent. Like something hits it there, and your arm's like this, that's fine. But obviously, it's when your arm's like
Yeah,
that
because it used
unnatural
to be like
position,
that,
right?
didn't it? Yes, that's it.
Then
Exactly.
they,
It did. Because I remember years ago, it was like, well, the hands are in an unnatural position. If your hand's like this and it hits it, fair enough. But if your hand's where his arm was, then it's never a handball.
and
It's
I mean,
not.
well, I've seen a couple. I can't remember. Like, I've seen a couple where it's like it's being handball when the arms are like there. Like there,
Yeah.
like that. And it's like it's handball. It's like, well, but look, you can see it on the body. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, I mean, I have to admit, it's one of those things. It's like, but annoyingly, by the letter of the laws we have now,
Oh, don't even. Yeah, don't get
te
me started with
technically,
that.
but to be fair, it's just not the stuffing out of Burnley, to be honest, because it's then the
Oh,
idea to
I'm
come from 3-0
fuming.
down. I
Yeah.
mean, I think like from Wade and from seeing from the highlights and what I've been looking up, it's like. Was it Brentford were just like they were like literally it was like done like the 3-0 up you're thinking cruising for an easy victory and then yeah 3-3 and then the 4-3 and then you thought okay no they can't get back to 4-3 because we all saw it like I checked it on the score and I said wait is that 4-3 no they haven't got back
Mm,
have they and
it's
then obviously like and
crazy.
then it goes away you're like what was my phone not working it's like oh no VAR choked it off it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
but I mean I'm sure that's the most like but I have to admit give Burnley I think that's twice now they've come from behind I mean they've done it against
But
Palace.
they but they're being robbed of vital points like that. if they won that game, they win that game, and they would have been on 21 points, 4 points behind West Ham. Suddenly, you're looking at that and going, they could actually get out of this
That's 6 point.
relegation
That means
zone. And that's exactly it. It's
I know.
exactly it.
I kind of want it because obviously at the moment it seems to be. Yeah, I kind of want it to be honest because obviously you got was it Wolves obviously with their victory against Villa that is a huge win for them obviously, but then it would take like winning every single game in everyone to them. But yeah, we'll want to see it because obviously Burnley have been quite good last couple of games. Like they've started to really pick up some really important points. So it would be nice to at least maybe getting out of it if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think that one of the like biggest things that I think this tops off everything to do with VAR is what Scott Parker said in the game in the post-match interview. We are chasing perfection in football, and that's bang on. We are chasing perfection in a game you cannot chase perfection in. With was it Hawkeye in tennis? It either hits the line or it doesn't. With cricket, if the ball is going towards the wickets and is blocked incorrectly, then it is then whatever happens. I don't watch it enough. And the same with F1. Football is so opinionated.
And I mean, you could say speed with that because obviously I think not saying cricket and other sports are like slower, but it's easy to make decisions. Even rugby, I think they do it quite well. But again, I think it's the implementation. I think is the problem. It's just they use it for like you said perfection when the best moments in football are the imperfections, like the bits that just come out of nowhere, right? Like I mean, it's like a perfect example is like. Oh, it's just that. Well, what I think that Brentford and Burnley game is just it shows like it was just thrilling, just like so many like
end-to-end
goals.
Stuff.
It had drama. It had. I mean, all the goals are pretty damn good to be honest. I mean, some pretty spectacular goals. But like, yeah, it was just nice to see because obviously when you think of thrillers, you think of the top 6 sides who are up there. But yeah, I mean, I think yes, I do feel sorry for Burnley to be fair. Like they deserve to at least get a point from that game. But nature of football sometimes not fair.
Yeah.